Hello, 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 and happy Friday.
What's happening, everybody?
Longest week ever.
It's literally the longest week ever.
So the problem after working a 3-day work week is working a 5-day work week seems twice as long as normal.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. Because 3 days, like when you take a 3-day week, like you take 5 days and compress it into
3 days.
And it feels like shit because you busted your ass entirely for 3 days. But do you want to go to a 5-day? Would you do a 4-day week?
Absolutely.
If it was 10 hours a day?
Yeah, well,
Or I'm fairly certain I can get my shit accomplished.
In 4 days?
4 days at 8 hours.
8 hours a day? I do too.
Pretty efficient. How are you guys doing? What would you guys do?
Require some efficiency cuts, but hey, Nico was on first tonight.
Nico, what's happening?
I think it's been a long time since I said Nico first. Yeah.
Sorry, we're running a couple minutes late.
I
Beth
didn't
was
want to
outside
come
drinking with the
inside.
neighbors.
My girl Celine.
Yep. So,
It was fun.
welcome to the bar is open.
Time.
I'm Greg. That's Beth.
Whoop.
This is the bar
There it is.
open.
Bill.
Go check us out on all the places.
I want to go
YouTube,
visit Bill's new
iTunes,
house.
Spotify. Where else? Facebook,
Amazon,
iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio.
There's some other ones. I don't even remember the names of them.
All the regular
Doesn't really
ones.
matter. Just
All the
places
regs.
you can find
Go on the
shit.
regs.
So go check it out there. Yeah. So we're going to come up and evidently, Bill, we're going to stay at your house.
Yeah.
Because Beth's never been to Iowa.
I've never been to Iowa. I don't even.
He's the only person you know.
I was going to say, I don't think I know any besides Bill. I don't even think I've been close to Iowa.
I don't think I've ever had to drive you through Iowa.
No. And anywhere I've been outside of Tejas
Yes.
has been with you.
We went through Kansas one time to go to Colorado. But just that.
We went through Kansas?
I take it away. I take it back.
I take it away.
We went through Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Yeah, well, because it's right off Texas.
Panhandle.
Got to kind of go
Bill
up
said
and
you're
over.
always welcome anytime. Just know that Fridays are just naked night, which we're fine with.
Hey, I mean,
Unless it's winter. Like the summertime.
Well, right now I take winter. It's been hot.
Hot as fuck.
Yes.
So hot. It's even hot up here in the air conditioning.
No, I'm not hot
76.
tonight for once ever.
Maybe it's just me.
Here's hot-blooded. Check it.
Cheers to you guys. Hopefully you're doing well. Beth's on her second Tito's and tonic, which is a good thing. We got some fun shit to talk about tonight. You know what?
ALW, my girl, and Jessica. Hey.
Did you get your beers, Jess?
Hey.
Is that the rule for the entire state where you have to be naked? Is that what you're asking?
What, huh?
Well, he said we they have to be naked.
Bill got his A7 in today.
Nice. Mine's coming in Sunday. I don't know what the fuck. So we do have some new camera equipment.
Oh, the camera.
The new camera. So
you both got the same camera?
Mm-hmm. So we got a new camera coming in.
Kind of like a couple.
This one's pretty dope. The next one is doper. Is that a word?
Dope? Oh, this one?
This one's pretty good. This is a A6400.
Where's the other camera? Is that it right there?
Yeah, but that's just a shitty Nikon M50.
It's only shitty because it only stays on for 30 minutes. Otherwise, it wouldn't be shitty, bitch.
No. Yeah, if you want to do short blogs and vlogs.
I should use it for something.
Do it for whatever. I keep telling you a million different ways.
I know.
You
Do
can
my
do
book
stuff.
review, do this, do that, the other. Maybe I start doing wine reviews. I can get behind. Open a bottle of wine.
I use this. So
use the
I'm
fancy
not
red
give too much away, but Bill and I were on a podcast that's going to be coming out soon with a gentleman from the Drinking Bros. Well, the Tetherball.
And you use the fancy background?
And I use the fancy background.
That's supposed to be for my sexy.
But I really wanted to test it out
interviews.
and to see how the audio would sound.
I just don't know if I'm ever going to get to the point where I'll be confident enough to do the sexy book interviews by myself with somebody I don't know.
Bill,
camera is more complicated than most of the cars that I have
simplify it. Just go out. We can talk about it.
You boys love challenges, so
it's fun. So
Ruben said use the camera for the Only's foot page or feet page. He said, but
you can make some that camera that. The D50 or M50 or whatever it is.
Pretty one.
Dope camera.
I want a telelens on it, and then I want to start taking photographs.
A telephoto lens of what? Your feet? Like
flowers.
This is my bunion.
Ladybugs.
You can do that with that. That lens is. I got a backup lens for that one.
Oh no.
See,
we got to figure this shit out. Drink for me, please. Said Paige My sweet niece who is expecting a baby cannot drink
any day from now. So you guys,
and Jess got her beers.
Jess, you got your beers. Nice. TikTok night is what Paige said. Hell yeah, you guys do you. Tom Brady and Gisele Bündchen
are gonna get a divorce. Oh. Okay.
Want to hear something
I'm
funny?
still waiting for them to get a divorce.
So Tom Brady was on a podcast, and I love Tom Brady.
ALW said, cheers to the new baby, Pagers.
Yeah, Pagers. So
hey,
this
Alex.
is her 17th kid?
Yes.
17th.
It's her third.
14th husband.
Her third.
Just kidding. Making all that up now. Third kid, right?
Third kid.
Same husband.
Same husband.
God damn.
She's only had one.
Okay, good. That's
She's
good
doing,
to know.
Her and her sister are doing better than the rest of us.
Not me. I don't have any kids.
You're not part of.
You're my first wife.
You're my husband, but my immediate family, they're doing better than any of us.
My side of the family as well.
Yes.
He stopped that shit a long time ago.
Well, now he just fucks and
they burn his house down.
he just flooded his house.
They flooded his house. Whatever. Yeah. No, we're not judging. This is no judgment zone. So Tom Brady.
Hey, American.
The hardest part of parenting.
Call you AI.
My kids.
Oh.
And okay, so
AKA his nanny had the day off.
No, it's gonna get way fucking worse than that.
Oh.
And I'm like, come on, dickhead. Right? I'm like, oh man. So talk about first world problems. Tom Brady just revealed the toughest thing he's had to deal with as a parent to keep his kids grounded despite their rich and famous lifestyle. He opened up on the Jim Farley Drive Part podcast and explained one of the biggest parenting struggles is teaching humility to his kids while also being one of the wealthiest families in the nation.
Is it my baby violin? Wait, I was going to do this. I was like, let me do this one instead.
It's the finger thing. So if you're listening in, it's the little finger violin.
Yeah.
So we have people that clean for us, said Tampa Bay Buccaneer, who's made over $300 million in NFL contracts alone. We have people that make our food. We have people that drive us to the airport if we need that.
At least they don't drink and drive.
We get off the plane and there's people waiting for us.
And the plane is probably theirs.
And it's just that. My kid's reality, which is hard. It's hard for me to fucking say that. I'm like, Jesus Christ, bro. Which is the hard part to say, guys, this is just not the way reality is. Fuck off.
So
Come
Grown Ups 2. Do you remember Grown Ups 2?
Mm-hmm.
Adam Sandler's kids.
Yeah. Oh, because, they're rich.
They were rich, and he was like the kid was wearing like knickers, and his non-rich kids' friends were like, what are you wearing? He's like, this is all the rave in Italy.
Right.
And then he wanted the Voss water, and they were like, drink this one. He's like, this one's in a plastic bottle. I need the Voss glass bottle.
I'll talk about this in a second, but I was kind of thinking, yeah, we're all about single-use plastic in this house.
Well, fuck yeah, Friday.
Fuck yeah, Friday. My cases of water for people, whatever.
Brady, who has being
two
humble
sons and
is
one
good
daughter,
from time to time. This isn't about being humble,
called
though.
Balancing it out. It all probably the hardest thing for parents. It's kind of like being like, okay, so who are the beneficiaries ultimately of Gisele and Tom Brady's?
Who are the beneficiaries?
The kids.
The kids.
Right? So when they are 30,
they're going to be rich as fuck.
And then they're going to take over TB12 and Gisele's, all of her.
What's TB12?
Tom Brady. It's like his nutrition company and all the sports medicine bullshit, whatever. Right?
I just want one thing to take off. And like rich people have 15 take off.
We may have
mostly
a shirt
because
that's going to take off here.
Mostly because they are pretty.
And they've got a shit ton of money. Not that he has not earned it. He's earned it.
Oh, yeah. His body's going to suck when he's 52.
But you can't be like.
She makes more than he does, so she totally wears pants in that relationship.
It would be like, fuck it. Like, the one dude that I totally respect out of this is, I think maybe Tom Brady's trying to lean on this, is Shaq. Shaq's like, your money is not my money. Or my money is not your money.
Well, not now.
Like, no. I mean, eventually. But I really think like Shaq's like, go fuck yourself.
So do you think if you're a super rich parent, okay, so I think this is where like, and your kid says, I want a pony, do you say yes?
Not every time, but maybe like 4 times out of 10.
No.
Which means they have 4 fucking ponies more than
kid
like
has
anybody
4
else.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I was lucky to get I was spoiled. I was lucky to get a bike.
No bullshit.
And roller skates.
On the same birthday.
In the same month.
That's legit though. No, because you were daddy's little girl also.
Well, I'm also.
Your mom was a different story.
I'm much further. My brothers are much
9
older
years
than
younger
me.
than your
I'm
brother.
9 and 14 years younger than my brother. But
yeah, no, I understand.
And they were in a very comfortable place. But my mom was the one that was like,
Julia,
you don't need that. You want that? You better earn that.
ALW said my kids ask for a pony every day. But do you deliver?
Do you make them work for it? Because I think the key is making them work for it.
So this is the question. If you had
unlimited
funds, would you do it?
I still think I'd make them work for it. You want it? Let's earn it. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do for me?
That's the shack kind of.
What are you gonna do for me?
Theory, right? It's like my money's not your money.
Well, the kids need it, and this is where it probably gets hard. So when they get off the plane and they have somebody waiting in the Rolls Royce to drive them to their house that's in the Hamptons, how do you say this isn't normal?
I grew up in the Hamptons,
not the rich Hamptons, not the rich Hamptons,
the wrong Hamptons.
So how do you make them understand that? Okay, so this ride is part of what you are, but you want that purse. So you better work. You better work.
Bill
bitch.
and I were on the
bitch.
Citizen podcast the other night, right?
You better work,
and
bitch.
we were talking about that. It's humility, right? And being able to
so how do you think
some
you
empathy for other people?
You tie into what you because neither of those guys grew up rich. No, neither of them grew up rich. Well, they grew up probably very normal, mainstream, middle class.
Well, I don't know about Shaq, but
no. I'm talking about Giselle and Tom. They probably both grew up very middle class, mainstream. Yeah. They probably had allowances. They probably had to clean their room. They might have babysat. So how do you pass on what you grew up with?
He was the 199th pick. It shouldn't have happened. Like for him. What do you mean
he was 109? Like
in the draft.
He was seriously
199.
He wasn't even high up.
Out of Michigan. No, he was that
motherfucking team lucked the fuck out.
He lucked out.
Everybody lucked out.
What's his face got a torn pectoral muscle and they pulled him in, and then he won the fucking
muscle. But so how do you tie back to your roots before you had this shit? And I could see for like third generation, their kids, the kids,
they're fucked.
It's going to be really hard.
They're just rich as shit.
It's going to be really hard because
wealth grows.
Well, right? and they didn't have anybody that wasn't wealthy before them. At least Tom's and Giselle's kid, like I know them, I'm on a first name basis, grew up normal. So how do you figure out how to make your kids normal? I do have one question though.
So Matt,
the garage.
So American Rustic works, right? No, you're right. They are great. I think they are rooted, and that's probably a really hard thing. And I'm being,
it is kind of a ridiculous, like.
It's like, I understand, like, they're weighted on hand and foot.
But maybe it shouldn't be that way. If their kids are old enough to be self-sufficient, maybe they don't
go make your own fucking sandwich.
They don't need somebody to cook for them all the time. They need somebody to make dinner for the whole family or breakfast for the whole family. But everything else, you better figure it the fuck out.
The fucking fridge is right there, bitch.
Celine said she started making her kids wash their clothes when they were old enough to reach the buttons.
That's fucking rad. That's how
she doesn't do their laundry. They do their laundry.
David said he teaches his kids to steal from old people. So that's exactly what I would expect. Yeah. Makes sense.
Well, it was a near catastrophe.
Minnesota's a different place, man. Altogether. Minnesota's rough.
I do have one question, though.
You got to fend for yourself.
Ruben said, so Beth has to drink from multiple wells. No biggie. I don't get it. What did I say?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Rubes, you better explain, bitch.
I don't know.
You better look, bitch.
It's just a fun little conversation.
It's just funny to... Julia is on.
I know. I said that earlier.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
Jesus. But I'm glad you're excited.
David said he's rich with life, too, which is way bigger than being rich.
Fulfilled.
Realtor in Florida. She was Tom Brady's realtor. She said him and his wife are great parents and their kids are about as normal, as grounded as possible. I'm not paying attention to you, obviously, tonight. And that realtor is probably fucking loaded if she's selling like houses to Tom Brady top level type shit. Because my girlfriend's a real estate agent in Phoenix. And it's not even like rich people, and bitches banking.
Oh, I know. Yeah. That's
banking.
That's not $40 million houses, or $20 million houses. So just keep in mind, Tom Brady
And Julia said she's remodeling her kitchen, and there's something so much more satisfying about doing the hard work than having someone do it for you.
No, there's not.
Yeah, there is.
Not when you're so rich that you're like, hey, can you just change that for me?
I mean, when you do it for
my other house in Boca.
When you do it for us, it's so satisfying for me.
Fuck.
Amazing.
See, that's it, Julia. No, see, that's exactly it. So it's like, no, I get that, but there's a time component that happens to there, right? I don't have time to do shit like that anymore.
No, we don't. We don't have time. Well, I mean,
right? So and
we
there's
do,
a cost
but
benefit.
we have a lot of other extracurricular habits that we curricular. Isn't that what I said? Curricular.
Yeah. That's had a couple of Tito's and
T's and T's, T squares, T and T.
You know, but I understand. Like there is absolutely some, you know, you get something out of like doing the work
Thank you,
yourself.
Ruben, for explaining.
I understand, but you know, there will come a time where you're gonna have kids and you're gonna be busy and you're gonna be like, fuck, I just need to pay somebody to come take care of this shit and do it for me. I promise you that will happen. Unless you get a lot of, I mean, nobody has a lot of downtime. That's the thing. It's either you don't get sleep or you hire somebody to do it at a certain point.
I think that downtime is relative for who the person is.
Like,
if
what
you're
would you
a stay-at-home mom,
you couldn't read books. You don't do manual anything.
I work out.
Except for working
That's
out.
pretty fucking manual,
You're not
dude.
demoing and fucking repainting and.
But I would if I had to.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
You'd hire somebody at this point.
If I had to, I said.
What? When the fuck would you have to?
Life was different, and I had to do it myself.
If you had to repaint this room.
Listen, you don't even repaint anything.
No, I'm going to hire your nephew and niece to come over and repaint the fucking room. Right. So, nonetheless.
And Jessica said she's worried about only children syndrome. So I try to have her do stuff for herself. No, and that's, I mean, I have a nephew who's an only child who you would never know. And then I have friends that are only children that make fun of themselves because they're like, I'm an only child. I've never had to like,
I'm rich.
I've never had to like share with anybody. So
but
I mean, I get it.
It can go both ways. Absolutely. They can either recognize it and be like, hey, I'm a total beneficiary of this. But it depends on the socioeconomic.
Rustic Works made a great point. He said, Jessica, my daughter, my Riley, who's I'm assuming is a kid, son or daughter, cooks for the family and loves it. So you've also got to cultivate what they do love and make them do that part.
So that's absolutely a big point. Like I like cooking, I just don't do it a lot.
I like baking. I don't do it a lot either.
But he also said you either have to be Rustic Works said American Rustic Works said you either have to be handy or be wealthy enough to pay other people. That's not necessarily the case. Because
I mean, if you're not handy, you have to be able to pay somebody to get
it. But you can
go without.
Anybody can learn something, right?
So I will say from experiences with you, and you try to do stuff that you're not initially inclined to do. It's a lot of cursing and bad moods.
And I will hire somebody, teach me it. I'll watch them like I'm a fucking dickhead. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Right? And I'm standing over him. It's not because I'm being a dick. I'm just like, I'm trying to learn. I can do it next time. Changing a light fixture, changing something like that. I don't fuck around with electricity very often, right? Like I'm not an electricity guy.
No, because we saw a friend get shocked.
Well, I'm just not doing it.
Remember the fan?
I shut down the whole power to the house.
We thought we shut down the whole power to the house, and he still touched a wire and was like, holy fuck.
But like woodworking and doing certain things like that, absolutely. Like I'm comfortable with.
Yeah, but you don't do it for a living. So when you break something, you're like, chunk, I'll start again.
Plumbing. Not doing it.
Don't think I'd let you do it.
No,
that's
I don't
expensive.
Want my house flooded.
It's expensive if you fuck that up. Electricity and plumbing.
I'll change out a socket here and there, a light switch.
Yeah, I don't even know if I'd let you switch out a light fixture.
I've already done them in multiple
Not like
houses.
the ones we have in the kitchen that we're talking about putting out. We'd need somebody for that. Because I'd be like, my kitchen will die. Ruben, are you drinking again tonight? Jessica, right. I'm sure you could adopt a 19-year-old boy so she doesn't have to feel like an only child. Plus, you both would have somebody to play with.
Jesus Christ. Ruben.
Cheese and rice.
Well, there was somebody on a show the other day.
David's oldest makes waffles for them. Oh.
Goddamn right. Jess, it's all perspective. It's okay. She said.
And American Restaurant. She said, I wish you quit baking. I'm getting fat as fuck.
Oh,
I mean, I used to bake a lot. I don't bake as much anymore.
Okay, you want a cute picture?
I'm gonna make banana bread this weekend though, because we got 4 very ripe bananas.
3.
Oh, you ate one?
No.
Of the ripe
just
ones?
3.
What's
Just 3. There's
4
only,
at one point?
maybe there is. Maybe there is. How about the coolest dog on the planet?
Yes, please.
Right here. Right. So this dog, which looks like a stoner dog.
Oh, she looks cute.
Dog runs away from. Tonight's just happy fucking stories from the most part, until we get to the Doomsday story, which is next.
Wait, hold on. Tell this story.
All right. Ready? Dog runs away from home and comes back with the next day with an award from a rescue dog contest.
Wait, what?
And a rescue dog contest.
So somebody took her to a rescue place and then she ran away from the rescue place and came back home?
I'll read it through it.
Okay.
This family hoped
It does look like she's
when their
judgy
dog Bonnie ran away from home that she would return safely. But of all the various things, this is out on Lad Bible, but of all the various things that can happen when a dog gets out, they did not expect this. She came home with a prize, literally an award, as you can see on its neck, on her neck.
Well, you can't see what it is, but you see she's wearing a yellow ribbon.
So she came home with a prize. Bonnie, a 5-year-old beagle cross, vanished from the home in Bonley, wherever the fuck that is.
In England?
Upon discovering their dog had gone on a walkabout, Peter, the owner, enlisted the help of his neighbors and his 2 daughters to try and find her. Search party wandered the neighborhood for 3 hours. They also called the police, local vets, and dog wardens to try and find the dog.
Oh, I love that.
Right. So little did they know that Bonnie was having the time of her life and winning a big prize in the process. Peter, this other gentleman, 48, revealed that the collarless canine had been picked up. Oh, no, that's father. I'm sorry. Had been picked up by a man on his way to a dog show. Right. So he just happens to see this dog wandering down the road, picks her up, throws her in the truck, in the car, and they were on their way to the dog show.
Okay. So a random dude found her.
He's not going to let this random dog just be out there, right?
I love it.
So all along, she had been picked up by this guy who had seen her running along the side of the road. She had no collar on. We had taken it off the night before. So, like our dogs don't generally have collars.
They don't wear their collars.
Yeah. He must have picked her up within about 5 minutes of her getting out. Fellow dog owner John Wilmer took the lost pup along with him to the dog show and jokingly entered her into the best rescue dog category.
Sure, because she did fit. He rescued her, so she met all the criteria.
So the very good girl, Bonnie, the very good girl that she is, came home with a 3rd place prize.
I wonder what it took to be the.
I don't know. So basically, he said after the dog show, the guy that found her posted her picture up,
and they found her parents.
And then they paired him back
family.
up.
Right.
Bonnie was absolutely fine when she got home. It was the next day. She thought she was having a great day out, just hanging out and partying.
She was just partying.
I thought it was awesome.
It's cute.
It's just a cute
It's cute.
story.
And Jessica hit it right on the head because David said, I'm stealing Beth and Greg's dog. And Jessica said, good luck not getting shot, David.
Yes.
Or run over.
And
run over.
In addition to?
Yes.
In addition to may be the best way to put it.
My kids, they drive me nuts sometimes, but they're mine.
Yeah, so earlier today, just kind of as an aside,
FYI,
I did I recorded a podcast with our doctor,
Dr. Elias.
Dr. Elias. He said, you say it with a yes.
Well, because it's nice. So yeah.
It's Arturo Elias. He's our physical therapist.
Arturo Elias.
Who does all of our
dry needling and chiropractor.
And we recorded a podcast earlier with him, and it'll be out on Monday. So we get into some deep kind of bullshit about the chiropractic world, quacks of the chiropractic world, different types of modalities, meaning the gun thing that and drills you out. Also, dry needling, massage, different.
You run the rampant on the PT type stuff.
That'll be out Monday. If you're interested, definitely go check that out.
Hey, Ruben, it's really funny you say that my car doesn't leave the garage because I was just bitching tonight that I'm almost at 5,000 miles.
In 2 years.
Year and a half.
Is it a year and a half?
Year and a half.
Oh.
The year and 3/4. But he goes, Ruben goes, so you'd be using Greg's truck because your car doesn't leave the garage. Mine's
always outside.
It does, but when she leaves the garage, she's vroom, vroom, vroom. She's fast. I had to go into town yesterday. Like I put that in there. I had to go into town yesterday, and that girl was hauling ass.
Into town?
I looked,
like a mile away from where we live? No,
it's like 7. But the medical center.
Oh.
And I looked down, and I was going 85 miles an hour because I was behind another car, and I was like,
on what?
I-10.
Oh.
I was like, this is amazeballs. I should slow down.
Your time travel.
I should slow down. It was immediately, I slowed down 10 miles. She was pretty.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
She was very happy. She's like on the open road.
Beth's had 2 Tito's and tonics tonight. It's awesome. It's been 10 years since the world was supposed to end.
David said, Lucy loves me too much. Well, she loves everybody, Bubba.
Dude.
She loves everybody.
She loves you, though.
She did love you.
You were here for
Mick loved him. Mick loves no one. You farting or burping?
Yeah,
I couldn't tell what that was. It a butt lift
took
or
a little sip, and then all of a sudden it's stuck. Doomsday.
So I love that the runaway rescue came home 3rd place. Yeah. I'd still like to know what the requirements were.
What's that?
I'd still like to know what the requirements are.
Homeless, sheltered, cute. Probably sits, stays.
She probably had some command.
It's food.
I haven't had any food.
What the hell was on your chin then? I'm telling you.
What did you? Nothing even came off of my hand. What did you say? Let's just leave it alone. People are going to start saying, I know what was on your chin.
It's been 10 years since the world was supposed to end. And next Doomsday is coming up.
Oh, we're back to new Doomsday dates?
Remember 2012?
Now
the Mayan calendar.
23? When is it?
It is.
I got a plan,
Let's get to it. You ready? You guys prepping? Do you have your fucking tinfoil hats on? All right. We're 10 years on from that. And to be fair, the end of the world hasn't happened yet.
No shit, Sherlock.
Literally, like.
I mean, if any time it was going to happen, it'd be right now because gas is $4.90 a gallon,
right, so
and houses
we've already gone through the toilet paper
than they're worth.
We've already gone through the toilet paper thing. The paper products, right?
We've gone through the pasta thing.
That
the
was
meat
a fucking thing.
Is about over.
Well, no, that could be coming back because now we're going to start eating bugs pretty soon.
Ew.
Right? Aren't we? I think
I'll go on a diet.
Well, fucking Bill Gates is buying all the fucking land for
better
beef.
buy a cow then.
I know. I have a connection now.
We better buy a cow.
I know a person.
Oh, I know you know a person.
In Friday the 13th, November 2026 is now.
Oh my gosh, that's so far away. I can't even worry about it. It's so far away.
Is it really?
It's 4 years away. It's 4.5 years away. I can't even worry.
4.5.
It's like 4 years and 4 months away. I can't worry about it.
4 years away in the real.
Ain't nobody got time for 4 years, 4 months away.
Is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? How are you going to prepare?
Do you know what I love about this? It makes me think of Ghostbusters 2 when Bill Murray is doing his psychic show and the guy is like, the world is going to end. In his book, the guy is like, book writer. The world is going to end on December 31st, 1986. He's like, your book isn't coming out till February. Shouldn't you like push the end date? That's what this makes me think of.
Cool. 4 years away. Who knows? Right?
Davey is right. It's so fucking expensive.
I'm just telling you, what are you going to do? Are we building bunkers? Are you guys planning for that? Do you
So
own
here's
property?
The crazy thing. When we were in Austin for ceremony, Lisa showed us those container homes that you could buy, like
put them underground. Bunker homes.
It was $60,000 for like a 2-bedroom bunker home. When we said, let's add 2, put those underground.
Knock it out.
Knock it out.
Yeah.
Stock it with some food, some water.
Yep.
Some warm clothes.
That's what I'm going to do.
Cool clothes.
In addition to going to.
Can you have AC though when it's underground? Probably not, huh?
Yeah. Just got to be air filtered.
What do you mean?
Well, you can't.
You would have to have like some exhaust.
Think about like anything like in a basement. Remember living in Colorado? Like the basement was, I know, but it was creepy. Always like year round. It was always kind
cool. It was super cold in the winter and cool in the summer.
Right? So that's kind of how it is everywhere.
So you would just have fans and generators, right? Like how do you get power down there?
Diesel generators.
And where do you put the generators? Underground or up top?
Underground with exhaust.
And you just build them a shelter. But isn't the exhaust going to tell people that you're there?
See, it's all about that. You got to prep for this.
Like you got to put a bush over it.
Yeah. A bush is the perfect thing to do. Yeah, absolutely.
And so when it's windy, people just aren't going to know. But what happens when it's not windy? The bush is going.
You hook a fan up to a tree.
Oh, yes.
And then you have that wiggly guy. He's like, no, it's just a bush. Just a bush. And it's the wiggly guy outside the gas station. It's like, hey, just opened. And it's like, oh, just opened the bunker. No, that's not going to work. So I think we need to crowdsource this. And then we'll do like a pot, like everybody puts their name. Everybody puts in $500,000.
Oh, everyone puts in $500,000. Okay. Well, I mean, how about $500?
Okay, 500. And then you put it into a fishbowl, and then we draw it out. And so
how many people?
We're gonna need 10,000.
I mean, if we're only gonna have a 4-bedroom,
we're probably gonna need 10,000 people to put in.
For what? For a $60,000 house?
Come on, honey.
Let's go to it's $80,000. You can't build
a pyramid scheme without scheming. Come on. So everybody's going to put their names into 10,000 people, $500 a piece. And if you get drawn, you're the lucky one, but you got to sign off on the waiver that it's like, I gave up that money. Right. And then if you're picked. Do
you really want random people living with you? Because what happens with when nobody has alcohol or drugs?
And then we're going to have
and they're all grumpy AF.
Shoot with a catapult. We're just going to launch them out.
With a meat grinder in it. So they just go everywhere and the animals eat them.
That's next level. I wasn't thinking of that.
You got to get rid of the evidence because the zombies will come.
Damn. Putting this on paper.
And then they're going to eat and not worry about your blowing bush when there's no breeze.
Ruben said, I literally just saw a video of a guy who has a prepper container compound just outside of San Antonio. No, they're everywhere out here, bro. They're everywhere. So I want to go back to your people shooter machine.
Shooter machine. That's a mouthful.
I think that might be
I'm on to fucking something,
its own. That's like a serial killer thing. But
well, now what happens? Because let's face it.
You pictured that happen.
So let's face it.
You're like, do you go head first in or feet first in?
Feet first.
Feet first? Okay.
Because head's hard. It's gotta build up to get that.
The leg gets caught?
Well, then somebody's got to risk their life and go out and yank that shit out. Because here's the thing, right? So even if you have this perfect plan, people are going to die in your underground bunker.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you can do one of two things. You can cook them and eat them. If they died healthy. If they died healthy.
Super bad for you, though.
Not if you cook it. No, only raw meat is bad for you. Raw human meat is bad for you.
No.
I read an article. When
the fuck did you read this article?
2 years ago when the world was going to end because the new president came
2012.
But you can cook them and eat them, and that's fine. But what if they're sick? You don't want to eat them if they're sick, right? Because ew. And they probably have
if they're sick, you're getting injected anyway.
You're getting tossed out.
That thing right there.
No, you're getting tossed out the meat grinder. But
you might as well become plant food, right? I mean, I think that's kind of how it works.
Or if there's still wildlife around because the zombies haven't gotten them yet, this will plentish them and give them strength.
Is that a word?
Plentish them and give them strength to run from the zombies.
Okay.
But
no, that's not gonna.
I thought it was brilliant. I still think it's brilliant. I will put your ass in a meat grinder.
Plentish is not a word.
Plentiful and plentish is a word.
Plentish is a word. Can you Google that? Plentish.
I made it a word, bitch. So it is a word.
We're not going to challenge that.
All right. So hold on. I gotta read some of this. So first of all, I guess Davey. Is eating super healthy.
Okay, good for him.
And he says it's expensive as fuck. He's not old. He's younger than both of us. Okay. And people were like, yeah, it is really expensive, but good for you. It is expensive. I don't understand why it's so hard to eat healthy.
Fuck off. The funniest part about this whole thing is about 16 years ago, we're going to be married for 15 years coming up here pretty quick.
Yeah.
Remember 17 years ago is when we went to the grocery store for the first time. Remember that?
It's probably longer than that. Cause it
was 17 years ago.
18
we go to
years
the grocery
ago.
store for the first time together.
Fuck you already.
And I'm like, she's like, I want to eat salad.
No, you wanted fat-free cottage cheese.
No. I'm not even talking about that.
Oh, you're not?
It's when you decided you wanted to go you wanted to change it. Maybe it wasn't right then.
It was probably like 2012.
Okay.
When I lost all that weight.
Yeah, whatever it was. And I literally looked at the fucking shopping cart and I was like, there's literally nothing I can eat right now.
I was like,
in this fucking thing, right? And I was like, and on top of that, it's like
double the price.
Twice the price. Now, You're complaining about it?
No, Davey was saying it's expensive as fuck.
You were just complaining about it too, and I was like, you were like,
not.
That's just a price of health. I'm like, motherfucker, stop running.
I'm gonna need you. Oh, back then. Yeah, I thought you were like right now. I said that. I was like, no, we just need to eat healthier. I was super healthy. I was honestly a bit anorexic, but I was super healthy. I ran. I worked out.
At altitude in Colorado Springs.
I ate greens. I ate clean protein.
Drank once a week, and it was only like vodka.
2 drinks, and I was like, what?
Yeah. 15 years. Who gets the medal? Beth, definitely. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I deserve a little bit of one, but not. It's definitely Beth putting.
I think you own one too.
I haven't had to put as much shit as you.
Oh no, you're absolutely right.
Next month,
but
15 years.
I will share the limelight with you because when I don't get difficult
Teamwork
often,
makes the dream work.
I don't get difficult often, but when I get difficult, you better move the fuck out of the way and leave me alone for like 3 days.
And I'm like, fuck off.
You'll be like, I'll be back in 3 days. I will give you water and food, but I'll be back in 3 days. You're like, are you on your period? No, I don't even have a period.
I've never said that in my entire life.
You haven't.
Good God. I know better. Look, I might have said that the first day.
I was like, do you?
I might have said
really?
that one time, like accidentally, like, are you on your period? Because I was like 30 years old.
I don't want to sound like completely like full of myself when I say you're a very lucky man because I don't get angry or nag very often. Are you disagreeing?
No.
Really? Compared to the normal woman.
What's the normal woman? Give me a baseline for a normal woman. I would
nag every day and tell you what you did wrong often.
How about ladies? What's a normal woman?
No, none of these girls are normal women. They're all cool chicks.
Okay, so what in your assessment, what's a normal woman?
Normal woman?
Like the ladies on the show.
I can't say names. I can't say names.
No, just I can't. Like give me a base, like what would be a normal woman?
I would nag you.
Like what's normal woman activity?
I don't know, because I'm not normal.
No shit. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to figure it out.
I let you do you.
So you're abnormal because you don't bug me.
I don't bug you.
No, you don't bug me.
I don't. Sit out in the garage. I rarely get mad. I very rarely get mad.
You're
and usually I only get mad.
Hey, Greg, you've drank 4 nights this week.
Can you maybe take a night off?
Maybe take a like maybe.
And then you'll be like, "Fuck off!" I'll be like, "Cool, peace out."
I don't say that. I'm like, no, understand it, fully understand it. It's what's the?
Well, you've had girlfriends before me. Were they nagful?
Dude, that was so many years ago, and I was going through them also. I'm just kidding. What's the dude's name? I can't think of the fucking.
Because I'm not every woman.
The guy that was, he's a comedian. He was.
Julia said she lost internet and missed so much. Damn it!
Sorry,
kind of love. Sorry.
So we're talking about what's a normal woman. Like what's a normal woman nag
Ruben said
profile.
Your medal got downgraded to certificate of appreciation.
Just said overly emotional, irrational and naggy. Is that baseline normal women nowadays?
I think so.
Is it overly emotional, irrational, and naggy?
Overly emotional, yeah.
You think so? Because if you die,
Chris Berwitz
I'm buying
said,
one of those robots from
a blow
Japan.
up doll is normal women.
That's baseline. Just a fucking inanimate object.
The uncool women who are lame, ALW said.
Right? No,
I mean,
I want some fire behind it. I want some passion. I want some of that shit, right? That's important.
No, like you get passion on different.
No, I mean like you have principle behind why you're.
I have principles. When something bugs me, Greg, I don't shut up.
You're on day 4 of fucking drinking beers in
a row. Like I'm like,
settle down, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Right, and I'm like, gotcha, check.
Because I didn't bitch day 1, 2, or 3. By day 4, I'm like, after today. Yo, bro, you're good. You're good.
That's kind of a thing. It's like you just hang out at the house.
But like I don't like. So we have very structured things we handle in this house. I do the laundry.
Yep.
Right.
I do dishes.
You do the dishwasher and the dishes
and all outside stuff.
And the outside stuff. And I handle a lot of the bill stuff.
Yep.
We have very set structures.
I do budget. You do that.
You figure the budget and I manage the budget. But I remember one time, it was something, and I said, I can't even remember. I said something. You were like, well, I mean, how long are you going to let the clothes sit there? I go, as long as you're going to let the dishes sit there. And you were like, touche.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Touche. So, like, I don't nag when you get behind on your shit, just like you don't nag when I get behind on right. I think a lot of women, if they expected you to do something, they'd be like, when are you going to do this? I need you to get this done by 5 o'clock. And I'm like, you get it done when you get it done.
We both be like this.
Yeah, you get it done when you get it done. You're a grown ass man. You don't need me telling you when to do shit.
Right.
Period.
I keep touching this mic, so you all have to drink like 47 times.
Worst.
No, that makes sense though. But that's an honest kind of like.
Jessica
policy.
said, I don't know either. I'm super awesome, and my mom was absolute worst, so I only know polar opposites.
And that's fine.
I mean, that's a lot of us though, because you don't want to be what you grew up with.
So I think about like my mom. So my so my background.
I feel like your mom was what is it when you're?
She was a household manager.
I know, but what is it when she was passive aggressive? Your mom was very passive aggressive, which is fucking annoying. Yeah. Just either tell me get the fuck out of the way or shut up.
That was how she was.
No, she would be like, you might want to move over a little bit.
She was sweet though, and she was just this little wee little thing.
She was very sweet.
But with so I think back to like my upbringing, and I was like military dad, Marine Corps dad, right?
Greg said a woman on their period is normal. No.
And it was like white glove bullshit, right?
Your mom did that?
My dad did.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Well, my mom did because my dad did.
Expected it.
Right. And then after he left, because he moved out, he got divorced and all that. Then it was just me and my mom, right? So you go, okay, so what are my, that was also why I told Beth she never needed to clean again.
No, I told you I was never cleaning again.
I told her she did it wrong.
You told me I did it wrong, and I was like,
I literally
cool.
told Beth she cleaned wrong.
You told me I dusted wrong.
Or whatever it was, yeah.
And I was like, cool.
I'm never dusting again.
And I said, have I ever
never dusted?
Ever. That 15 years later, we weren't even married yet.
That would be 16 years ago.
15 years later, I have never dusted ever again.
I'm like, some counters down once in a while.
With like fantastic, but I don't dust. That's
she doesn't do anything. And I've taken care of it.
You're very picky, so I let you handle it.
So I deal with it. But that was like a fucking absolute backfire of the century. But it's fine. But it takes it off of you. Right?
It totally backfired.
But it's totally fine. And I'm okay with that.
If somebody does something kind, you don't judge it.
But you used pledge on everything.
That's how I grew up.
Jesus Christ.
I grew up with pledge. You grew up with a wet washcloth. I think the way you do it is wrong.
She also grew up with maids. So
I didn't grow up with maids. I had a nanny until I was 2. That's not growing up with maids.
That's growing up. Fuck it. That's growing up with maids.
And the only reason why I had a nanny is because we lived in Brownsville, Texas, and she lived across the border. Have? Cleaning lady. Once every 2 weeks. So you don't even dust anymore.
I don't touch anything anymore.
You might pick up some dog hair.
You rich.
Oh, you rich.
It's fine.
I love how Jessica said, I've never dated a woman, so I really don't know.
Try it out, dude. See what happens. Just, I mean, you don't have to have sex. Just date one. What happens?
Kind of have sex.
Like, just totally platonic.
Why would you date somebody and not have sex?
I don't know.
Exactly. There's no point in it.
I'm not going to do
I'm just going to go hang out with my best friend at that point.
Yeah, that's why we have you guys. We're trying to figure it out. 10% chance that somebody on the planet, this is where your anxiety is going to go up. You ready?
Ruben said, considering I've never left children in a hot car in the summer in the 1980s, I'm already ahead of my parents. Fuck.
Seriously, dude. Like, it's happening all the time.
I think, and Jessica said her mom left her kids in the car, or her mom left the kids in the car too. So maybe it was like an old thing before we knew better.
No. Well, I don't fucking know, dude. We lived in Arizona.
Jessica said she had sex with a nanny or sex with a girl.
I think
she was.
You grew up with.
I know, but she said I had sex with one. We didn't date though. I think she means a girl. Hey, you go, girl. Sometimes I'd wish I'd been that person.
Okay,
but
we'll figure that one out later. All right, so there's a 10% chance that somebody on the planet will die from
rocket debris.
Because
all these people,
China, Russia, whatever, just they're shooting shit out into space.
Yeah,
that shit's got to come back down.
It burns though before
it's got to come back down. Not always. Excuse me. Will die from falling rocket debris in the next decade.
I call bullshit.
Could that be you? Nope.
No.
there's a 10% chance. This is from fucking people that are smart and stuff.
I have a greater chance.
This is on the Smithsonian website.
Oh, because they're smart.
It's the fucking.
They're wicked fucking smart.
Do you know what the Smithsonian is?
Yeah, it's a museum and people who like go into a think tank and like come up with the next bullshit.
I don't think that's what it is.
Well,
but nonetheless, you have a 10% of the entire population to die. So there's 7 billion people. Let's figure that math out real quick. Give me 1 second. This is such a big number. I have to turn my calculator.
TJ said Wally was just foreshadowing.
What's that?
Oh, I loved Wally, the movie. Wally.
Okay, so that is 100,000 million. Okay. Billion. There's 7 billion people roughly times 0.1. That didn't make sense.
Okay. I don't know math. Hashtag math.
Okay.
It's like
7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 zeros. That's 7 billion.
Yes.
Times point. Oh.
Was it 10 thing though? Because
so
9 is a million.
Anyway.
9 is millions.
You have a chance to die from rockets
can't even do the math.
Falling out of the sky.
Negative, Ghost Rider. And here's the thing. If you're smart enough, you're going to see it coming at you and you're going to motherfucking run.
What happens if you're in a shopping mall? If you're in your car, just driving down the road.
Your car, you can dodge. Duck, dodge, dive.
But it's falling out of the sky and it's just like, it's like lightning. It's like, well, God had your day written.
I disagree.
Could happen. I
feel like a lot of it burns up.
Within 10 years, somebody on this planet is dying from Chinese rockets. When I see the first story of somebody dying from falling rocket shit, I will then worry. Then I'll walk around with an umbrella. So Craig said, "Hey Greg, let's open up the line for Jessica real quick. What do we need to go back?
They want to hear about her story with a girl. We don't need to open the line.
We can do it.
Do you know if she even wants to talk about her adventures? Hey Jess,
do you want to even talk about it? It's up to you.
We don't.
We can do it, but it's up to you. I'm not going to do anything you don't want to be. You don't want to do. Of course,
Jessica will get you on NN to go.
Nooner Nation.
Oh, okay.
How about this? Let's talk about this next one while Jessica it's not an interesting story, she said. So
Jessica, Julia said, it's in the book, man. If that's how I go, that's how I go. I guess it's my time.
I guess. Yeah. You know, rocket falls on my head. It's no different than a crane falling on my head or something like that. Best sex positions.
I'm sorry, what?
Best sex positions.
Beth's or best?
Best.
I heard Beth's sex position.
I was debating on doing this one. So this one is new study finds the best and worst sex positions.
See, DJ said burns up on reentry. Yep.
Not all pieces though.
Yep.
But what if it's like one of those big ones that's like a booster rocket? Is it gonna completely burn up? DJ, I'm just saying.
I'm with Deej.
You don't know.
I know.
They've only got to get bigger and better, right? Like the rockets have to get bigger and better.
They look like penises now. So
no, that's just the dick rocket. New study.
Okay.
Let's get on to this.
Best.
This one's going to be fun for y'all. You ready?
Well, it kind of goes in line with Jessica stuff, right?
Exactly. So Jess, you can chime in on this. New study finds the best and worst sex positions for a woman to achieve orgasm.
I want to hear this shit.
I was not going to do this, and I was like, nope, got to add it to the.
I want to hear this shit.
In her sexy book conversation.
I'm not even worried about sexy book. I'm worried about real life application.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You ready to dive in?
I'm ready, babes.
All right. Scientists have identified the most and least pleasurable
pleasurable
sex positions for heterosexual females.
Amen, Jessica.
To reach an orgasm. So that's not just like gay sex, like where you scissor.
No, it's just
it's just heterosexual. So this IFL science report that researchers from private gynecological clinic, whatever.
Gynecological? That's a hard fucking word. Gynecological.
In New York, assess the blood flow to the clitoris during different positions.
Okay.
I think that's a very important thing, right?
Jessica already hit it on the head, first of all.
What?
On top, duh.
On top?
I tell you, yeah.
Sure?
Yeah, fucking yeah.
What's on top? Missionary?
me on top of you. Blah, duh.
Oh, I didn't know what you. Okay, yeah. The grind. That's what we call it around here. The grind. Let's get in the grinder position.
You're gonna make me blush. Stop it.
Right, you ready?
ALW said missionary is sexy. It can be, yes.
Yeah, it's a little too sweaty though.
Sometimes, especially in the summer.
Damn, summertime.
Summertime.
San Antonio.
Ew.
I'm like,
nope.
Least contact, the better. Jesus Christ. Scientists used an ultrasound scanner to study the volunteer couple.
Oh, there was one couple?
Study a volunteer couple, which the research paper described as a healthy medical doctor couple, both 32 years old, who engaged in popular positions for 10 minutes, including missionary face-to-face. Is it missionary face-to-face?
Yes.
Okay. Missionary face-to-face and rear entry, a.k.a. doggy style.
Doggy style is good too.
This is very scientific. So we're learning things. This is educational. So this is an educational program we're talking about. This is not just talking about porn. The kneeling rear entry position produces the least amount of direct clitoral contact and resulted in
it's called the reach around.
Yeah, you got to get up in
there. The reach
around. You got to get up in there. You got to get up in there and do right? Of direct clitoral contact and resulted in negligible increase in blood flow compared to face-to-face positions. Ultimately, they concluded that the best means to guarantee the big O is the missionary.
Oh, they said the big O for real. That just ruined. That is ruining the article for me.
Okay, so you got off, right? The missionary position with a little pillow underneath the
hips.
Pelvis.
Yes.
You
gotta elevate it a little.
A little elevation.
That's why in my books they raise them by their hips with their hands.
Lift up. Yeah, you gotta grab right.
You gotta put a little angle in that shit.
Absolutely.
Little angle in the dangle.
Right, you do. Use them fucking, and you get a workout because it's a bicep workout because you're doing like this. You know what I mean? Little workout. So the research further explained that for numerous positions, pillows help simulate the blow.
I'm sorry, what?
Okay.
The blood flow?
Nope. It says the blow flow.
I think it means blood flow. I know it says blow flow, but nobody's blowing.
Okay. Let me repeat that sentence.
Okay.
The research further explained that for numerous positions, pillows helped stimulate the blow flow for the clitoris. It's got to be
blood flow.
Right. God damn these people.
Mm-hmm. Editor.
Bible,
Editor failed again.
Yeah. Pillows marketed for this intention, often referred to as sex pillows or positioning pillows, are usually firm and wedged. There's a whole company that started that.
Yeah, that moon. Whatever.
Yeah.
But I do like that. DJ said re-entry sounds like a band name. That's fucking hilarious, by the way.
I can see that.
And Jessica said, "Yep, Beth with the reach around."
I mean, right? So, I mean, there's a million different.
I think it depends on the girl.
Right? That's a good one.
I have rarely done. I think you and I have done reverse. It's a lot of motherfucking work
for you.
Yes.
And I just sit there.
Yes.
I'm the beneficiary.
Mm-hmm. If I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna work it.
I think that's a movie pose. I really think
that's books too.
That's what I'm saying. It's a
books.
Movie
it's
post,
very romanticized.
Yeah, it's a movie post because you're not getting a lot out of that. Because
they do it in porn too, but sometimes
your love button's not being hit a lot.
Because it still requires me to then do the reach around, do the reach down. But
I'm trying to think of some other ones. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it.
Oh, Jessica said, Beth, we're sex position twins. We're Swinkies.
Chris,
we're Swinkies.
You're right. I think Ghost Bed needs to come up with the sex pillow. The ghost sex pillow.
And Ruben said this is why the Liberator wedge was invented. I don't even know what that is.
It was just like a.
That's the moon pillow, though, too, right? Well, wasn't the moon pillow for sex?
It was the beanbag. Now they're making.
That's the moon. That's like no. That. Oh, that's the one you were talking about. Yeah, they have the ones with the speakers.
Yeah,
and
now they're making couches.
You can take the covers off. And love sack. That's what it was.
They started out as a sex fucking wedge company, like
really
years and years ago. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. So you go like, all right, what are you gonna do, right?
That's awesome.
I'm good with it.
I mean, we talked about Jessica and I do have similar number one and number two.
So we're gonna do some homework for you guys.
Oh no!
I decided last
sexual
night.
Homework.
Well, yes, of course. But, we're gonna watch that fucking show.
What show?
How to Make a Sex Room.
Oh, that was it ALW told us about that?
I think so. Was it you, ALW? I don't remember, but yeah. I looked at it a couple times. I'm like, God damn it. Do we have to watch? Do we have to do homework on this? So I'm like, I think we have to do homework on this. We've got extra bedrooms in our house.
And it was a St. Andrew's cross that I was trying to tell you about.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
ALW still on here? I don't know. Yep.
She is
still up there. All right. So I think we're going to have to watch that show.
David said this is good info for the girl. I'm saying, is she listening, David?
It's all in the hips. Exactly. Thank you. I love that.
What, huh?
Juliet, I get it faster on here then.
Oh.
So
guys, just remember to scoot, not poke.
Okay, so we're going to go completely polar opposite in this next story.
Okay.
To a creep.
Creepers and peepers?
Retired vicar caught in the act with a Henry Hoover.
What? Huh?
A vacuum.
Oh, what? Huh?
Dude got caught banging a vacuum.
Well, I mean, they did it in Scary Movie 2.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
But it was in a church?
No.
So, note to self, don't be this 74-year-old guy.
Was he their janitor?
No, yeah. I don't know what a vicar is. I think it's something priestly.
Yes, it is.
Formerly priestly. So, retired vicar has been fined and placed on sex offender registry. And if I should have.
Oh, wait, he got in the retired. Wait. Oh, that's hilarious. It's called Henry the 10th. With eyes on it. So hold on. He got put on sex registry because he screwed a vacuum? That doesn't seem fair. In public.
Church.
Like, were people there? Or somebody just walked in on him?
They were walking by and he didn't stop. He just kept banging this.
I mean, he should have probably done it at home.
Isn't that a thing that, like, I never did it because I was always worried about my dick getting ripped off as a kid.
People do that for reals?
Yeah, I think, okay, some of you motherfuckers have probably done it. Like, stuck your dick in a vacuum. I've always been
worried. Is that like dick in the box, but dick in the vacuum?
I think so.
Step one.
No, dick in a box.
Ruben, sing it, bro. Sing it.
So, a shocked churchgoer caught him in the act while attending a talk about Asperger's syndrome.
Chris said, Hoover, the OG fleshlight.
That's a hell of a confessional, exactly.
The OG fleshlight.
So, Jessica said,
and then Osborne said, is it better than a kid? Question mark. Probably. Wouldn't that hurt? That's where I'm at.
Fucking sex registry.
I mean, but hold on. So if you've got this vacuum, right?
This guy's 74 years old.
You're obviously moving it back and forth. Yes.
So it's also one of the ones, the canister, and it's got the long hose.
I know, but you still have to move it back and forth, right, to get that.
I don't know.
The feel.
I think you just bang it. I don't know.
Why wouldn't you just use your hand?
Can't you get some shit on fucking Amazon now?
Yeah, it's called a fleshlight. Somebody mentioned it before.
I showed you guys the fleshlight with the alien thing.
That was fake,
3 weeks ago. Yeah.
Right. And Jessica said that's where I'm like, man, he must have had one tough wiener.
It's fucking.
I mean, if he did it a lot, it probably had some calluses and shit. So not so rough anymore.
The witness walked past his office and said they saw Jeff's almost completely naked, except for a pair of ladies' stockings. He was on another level. So he was thrusting into the Henry Hoover vacuum.
Poor Henry.
74-year-old noticed a member of the public, but didn't deter him, and he carried on romping away, later telling police that it felt naughty.
I was being very naughty. If it was in England. Yeah, it was in England. Was it in England? So he said, I felt very naughty.
Everything that I read is it's either Florida, fucking Australia, or England.
Ruben said at age 74, wouldn't you be afraid that your balls would get sucked up in that brush?
No, you're right. ALW. That's what I'm saying. The fleshlight. Get a fleshlight. They make them now.
You're right, Chris. We don't kink shame, but
no, I'm not kink shame.
It's the church part of it, right?
Yeah. I'm not even overly religious. I'm just saying.
I mean, do you in private?
Yeah, you bang fucking.
Take that vacuum cleaner on a date. Take that vacuum cleaner on a date and take her home.
Right?
Eat a little spaghetti, let her clean some up, and then go to town.
Like you could actually do the spaghetti challenge, like like the dog, the Dalmatian, like you turn on the vacuum, then you're like, oh, and like
until it gets to your face and it sucks your lips in.
Yeah, your whole fucking lips sucked off.
And then you look like you're puckering all the time.
Just sticks on your lip.
I mean, that's a great way to get chubbier lips, but ouch.
Fucking right? I don't know.
Starbucks is closing stores. I know.
Can you guess where?
Yeah, San Francisco.
And where else?
I already know the answer to that one, so I shouldn't answer. Washington.
Yep, but where in Washington?
Where all the homeless people are.
So, Starbucks closing 16 stores in cities around the country, citing fears that its customers and workers are unsafe. I wonder why.
Because the cops won't come arrest homeless people.
Because of violence. DJ, he said, be original, shove it up your ass. Saying
a leaf blower up your ass. A leaf blower, babe.
We are closing stores in some locations that have experienced a high volume of challenging incidents that make it difficult to create a safe and welcoming environment.
So here's the thing.
Motherfuckers, your entire city is burning down.
So here's the thing. It goes back to that CVS story I told you about where that guy was literally openly shoplifting in CVS.
Oh, no, they were just
and he had a knife and people were telling him to leave and he was like, I'll cut you. And the cops wouldn't come. So he walked out with a ton of free shit, basically. Yeah. And that's why CVS started closing down their shops a long time ago.
Could you imagine if, is it?
You want to let people have free reign?
Pike's Market?
Yes.
That's where the original
Seattle.
Starbucks. Imagine if they closed that particular store.
They won't. It's too touristy.
But imagine
there are cops there. They would take the home. It's the people it's the corner stores. I just sounded like an old Jewish corner stores that are screwed because the cops were like, whatevs. So and literally, if the city's gonna allow homeless people to run rampant,
I would leave all of that shit.
And I'm like, I'm gonna arrest you, and then you're gonna get back out on the streets, and you're just gonna do it again.
They just
dude,
they arrested a couple of dudes. I'm gonna be off on the kilos, but it was like 100 kilos of methamphetamine worth like $1 million.
Homeless guys?
No, it's like drug runners.
Okay.
Literally never went to jail. They bonded out same day because it was just a drug offense.
Wait,
100
what?
kilos of meth.
Wait, what? We have a drug problem in America?
Not in LA, evidently. They just got the drugs and then they let the drug dealers fucking go. Because that's the way that the LA. Who the fuck wants to live in LA? And
everybody walks in LA. Literally walks in LA and not in the cool 80s way.
Dana Point and all some beautiful.
Bye, David. Places. Good night.
Who said what?
DJ's got to go put the kids to bed.
DJ's got to. Oh, no. Davey.
David Osborne had to go put
have a good night, buddy. I was like, DJ's got a kid.
No,
well, I know he has a kid,
does
but
have a kid, but
he's
not put to bed.
Jesus Christ.
So
the closures involve 6 locations in Los Angeles, 6 in and around
that's a lot,
Seattle,
actually.
2 in Portland, and 1 in Philly. So, and 1 in Washington, D.C. So you know what? Fuck off. Even the woke companies
are leaving.
When it's that bad and
but they're only woke if it doesn't impact them.
Yeah.
So they're not really woke. They're posers.
That's a great way to put it.
They're posers.
A bunch of fucking posers.
Until it hurts their bottom line or their customers. Then they're like, it's not so cool. Yeah. Anyways, okay.
Poser Starbucks piece of shit.
Said the man who drinks Starbucks 4 days a week.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. Only because you have your own barista at home now.
Yeah, but I don't.
But you still drink at least 3 days a week.
No, they're posers.
Saturdays.
Hey, I can be a hypocrite, but at least I'm whatever.
You live in a small town. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
All right. So, iguana in a toilet. Right. So this is going to be probably our last story before we get into some feel goods.
Feel good.
Iguanas in a toilet.
Guess where it's happening?
What?
Guess where it's happening?
Feel good?
No.
Oh.
Iguana in the toilet. Where would you guess there's a reptile?
Infestation? Well, we didn't talk about this, but there was a story about like the world's largest.
We did talk about it.
Did we talk about
don't
the giant
remember because you were drunk. Yeah, the 18-foot snake that had 125 eggs in her.
Okay, we did. Okay,
yeah.
Good.
Where was that?
Florida.
Florida.
That's what Chris said. Chris Beerworth. Florida.
So a Florida woman.
That's a great way to put it, David. They're faux woke.
Florida woman surprised by iguana in her toilet.
It's the third time, right?
Yeah, in a week. Different people, but yes. So a Florida woman interrupted uninvited guests in her bathroom on Saturday night.
How the fuck does
she went downstairs to make herself a snack? After putting her popcorn in the microwave, she went to go use the bathroom and opened the door and did a quick turnabout because I saw something in there and I quickly shut the door. It was a motherfucking iguana.
How are they coming up through the pipes?
Yes. Apparently they're very strong swimmers.
And they can hold their breath for however long they need.
Apparently it's probably not a super long ride between otherwise.
I'm not a plumber, but I guess the outlet's in the road somewhere and it's just got to make it from there in your pipe.
I guess. And then they can't get out. Because the ceramic doesn't allow their claws. The ceramics doesn't allow their claws to clip. It was unable to find its way out of the commode. So Reynolds had to enlist somebody from Iguana's Lifestyle. What?
Ruben said, I saw pictures of cobra snakes inside of toilets in Afghanistan.
Nope. So she did have to.
I'm just picturing like the snake in the fucking like.
He saw them or he heard about them?
Pictures of it.
Oh, nope.
Flo Rida.
So Harold from Iguana Lifestyles had to come in and rescue the little fella. And he said...
Would he throw it out in the yard?
He said he's removed several iguanas from South Florida properties this year already. Again, this is like the third one this week. Oh, no, this one's... At this point, it was the second one in this week already.
Okay.
So iguanas are known to get into sewer systems and are strong swimmers. It's not uncommon that they are looking to escape from the sewers. They wind up in someone's toilet. I mean,
that's fucked up.
Yeah, we close.
That's got to be the same way that like snakes get in there.
Oh yeah,
right.
So here's the thing. So it was a Mexican spiny tail iguana. They're not native. Oh, and this guy can grow up to 18 inches, and then his tail can be another 18 inches.
Fuck that.
So they're big. And so what the guy did, I saw the video. He came in with one of those plastic
snipper thing, like the clamp things, like
and grabbed it like right behind its front legs, and then pulled it out. But it's still like that picture. It was like.
It went all alien on him, like the fucking legs and
they're not. This is the crazy. They're not native to Florida.
It's like the Burmese python.
So they think, they think that probably either a couple things happened. A couple have got loose, right, by accident,
banging everywhere and laying
then
eggs.
Other people have released them, and so now they said the pets. It started in the 1960s.
That's why there are alligators in the fucking sewers in New York City.
What? Because somebody had them as pets. No,
just kidding.
They're not dangerous to people, but some of them can transmit salmonella. I mean, I'm not even worried about that because I'm not worried about I'm not fucking
sitting on the toilet
in
like
the dark,
middle
right?
of the night, in the dark.
And he bites your ass.
No, he bites your balls.
Well, I don't have balls.
Ball sack. And you're like, oh my God. Like,
I don't have balls, so he bites my ass. But
I'm going full like, I mean, I don't even know what the fuck I would do. I don't even
scream.
know.
You would scream, run out of the bathroom and grab your gun.
I mean, you're shooting yourself in the balls at that point. You're not shooting
yourself in the balls because that would go against man code.
I don't know.
I know. You wouldn't shoot yourself in the balls.
Chopping, I don't know, like getting...
You might punch yourself like Bill's video.
Bill's video.
You might punch yourself like Bill's video, but you're not going to shoot yourself or chop your balls off because it is called preservation.
What did Ruben say? Craig said there was a collage of those pictures on one of them. Snake got caught in one of those rodent sticky traps with his mouth open. I don't know.
Oh,
I'm still not dealing with anything that I swear to God, I'll burn my whole goddamn house down.
I would be scarred. I don't know that I'd ever use a toilet again. No, I would. Just a light.
Poop outside.
A light would have to come on there would be no peeing in the dark in the middle of the night.
You do that like every night.
At least once or twice.
Yeah.
Usually once, sometimes twice.
Even me in the morning, if it's too early and I'm talking like 9 o'clock. And I'm like,
you sit down without looking.
I'm like, just close the door. Like I'm getting up and just like close the door. I just want to be in there in the dark for a minute, like get my stuff together, go through. And
ALW said, no.
She said, just flush before you sit down. If you have a 20-inch fucking lizard,
he's not going to go down.
Motherfucker ain't flushing down, bro.
It's amazing he came up.
Yeah.
I mean, he had to been like
Take Godzilla. Everybody's seen the video like Godzilla swims like a goddamn lizard.
I love Godzilla. He's a good creature.
Feel goods.
Feel good.
The beloved mailman.
Oh, this is really sweet. So this mailman has been delivering mail to the saint. What the fuck just happened?
The saint, the what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
The saint, the what the fuck? I mean, like, you're not going.
Virginia mailman carrier retires with ultimate praise. Even dogs loved him. So this guy has been delivering the mail.
ALW she said, I do have a light on my toilet seat.
I want one.
I've seen those.
I want one.
It's like an under bowl light.
I want
somehow.
one.
I don't know how to do it. I'll figure that map.
I think it's like those battery things. It's a battery pack that you put off the side. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
we'll figure that out.
Tell her to instant message.
She also said she loved Godzilla.
I love Godzilla. He's Godzilla. He's a good boy. He's a good boy.
Godzilla.
So Scott Arnold, U.S. Postal Service.
You got something to share?
In a minute. Okay. But he's been delivering the mail to the same route for 40 years. 40 years.
Same neighborhood, same
neighborhood. He said
kids that were kids are now the adults.
Kids
that have grown up.
Have kids.
Yeah.
So you've seen a couple generations. And he said when he went on Saturday, because it was his last day, the neighborhood had like 125 people out to welcome him. And he said it was kind of weird. Like I started kind of seeing people as I drove in, and I started seeing like balloons on people's mailboxes. And then as I pulled in to like the center, he goes, there literally was like 125, 150 people with signs. And I know I watched the video and I was like I'm going to cry.
Yeah,
I'm going to pull a Greg and cry.
Yeah, I already, God damn you.
So,
God damn you, Beth.
There's a video. I won't share the video, but I'll share this picture. It's really cute. And here's is this one? Yes. So the crazy thing is that not yet, but the crazy thing is that, how many dog friends he's made over the years. Like, because, a lot of these places in the East Coast, they don't have fences. They have well-behaved dogs. But, so this is a picture of him when everybody was surprising him.
Okay. Got it. Oh, that's cool.
Isn't it cool?
So how old did they say how
he is?
70s, something like that.
70, I think 72.
So he started,
and he's like
32,
he's like at this age, it's getting really hard to work in hot weather.
Sure.
I've got 2 grandkids. I want to be around more for.
It's awesome.
But here, so there's that one.
That's great.
The dogs, like this dog was one of his favorite dogs. Like people brought their dogs and their kids out, and the kids were like high-fiving him. He does this really cool thing every Christmas. He does stockings for the homes he knows have dogs.
Oh, cool.
So this lady made a necklace of all the stockings he's made for the dog she's had.
Made them in, like,
for the dog she's had over the 40 years. He made a stocking.
Like, that's cool as fuck. This guy's just rad.
Yeah, he's super sweet and he's super cute little old man. So like, here's some of the dogs that were like happy to greet him. It just was a really sweet story. Like we all want to retire, right? We like all want to do it, but to have somebody appreciate you. And he said, he's like, here's the thing. Like I went through highs and lows with these people.
Right.
Some of them were great messages coming from the mail and some of them were sad messages. And somebody else said, here's the thing. For 2.5 years, he's the only person that came to my house.
Like legit. During
COVID,
a pandemic, right?
So he was the most interaction I had with anybody for 2.5 years.
Thank you.
And a lot of these people have the front door drops, Yeah. So they would wait for him and they would open their door and they would separate and he'd be like, hey. So they'd have these conversations with him.
A conversation with somebody that wasn't.
Yes. Yeah. And so I just thought it was like, here's another one. Hold on. Don't.
Yep, I got it.
So like this kid made this for them for all the dogs they've had for the years. It was just.
Chris Spearwood said he probably banged half the neighborhood. Back maybe like 15, 20 years ago, maybe.
Not at 72, probably.
Yeah.
So like, here's what he came upon.
That's cool.
When he first came in.
That's right.
And it was just cute. So he's 67.
Yeah. So he's definitely banging all the wives.
Early on.
While dad was gone.
Early on.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, that's awesome. Thank you so much for. I've got a dog one too.
You do?
Well, a dog one, not a mailman one. So Jill, the Texas Rescue.
Hold on. My thing shut down.
You're good. It's right here. Jill, the Texas Rescue. Super sweet looking dog. Jill, the Texas shelter dog finds forever home after a 10-year wait.
Oh my God, this is gonna make me cry.
She got her independence. American Pit Bull mix. Jill was adopted on July 4th after spending 10 years, most of her life, in the Clay County Animal Shelter in Henrietta, Texas. Kind of cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
A beautiful American Pit Bull mix has found her forever home. I love it when they do that. After 10 years. So they profiled her on KFDX, which I don't know where that is. I don't know where Henrietta, I don't even know where that is.
I don't either. Probably
somewhere in Texas. Texas is fucking gigantic. But she was adopted on July 4th after spending most of her life in the Clay County Animal Shelter. She first arrived at the shelter 10 years ago as a stray, heartworm positive, 1-year-old dog. So Bonnie Stone, who manages Clay County Shelter, said, "We've had several applications, but put in on Jill before, but because she's a pit, a lot of landlords won't allow her to have a home. Won't allow them to take her." Which is always, to me, it's like
such bullshit. It's not about the dog.
Yeah.
It's not about the breed.
To me, that's like, like even us, our company, after a minute, we totally changed. We're like, that's fucked up. Right. And that's not our personal company.
She was one.
Yeah. She was there for 10 years. But the people there absolutely doted on her and raised her. Right. Which is an amazing thing. So, goddamn. Oh, I hate fucking heartfelt stories.
Because she's all like,
oh, see, gonna get you. Gonna get you. Beth had 2 drinks.
No, it's a puppy story.
I know.
Because she doesn't have much. She's a big dog, so she probably has another 5 years.
Yeah. So we had Breeze, right? We bought we rescued a dog named Breeze, who was 9 years old. We had him for 3 years.
I'm an ugly crier. I hate crying.
That's okay. We had him for 3 years, and he had probably the best 3 years of his life.
Yep.
But that's your job as a human.
Yep.
Right. So even when we just get them in and they grow and we grow them, they're family, is what she said. So they had her for 10 years.
I think instead of adopting a rescue, I'm going to start fostering rescues.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, we might keep them their whole life. I know a guy. You sound like you're from New York. I know a guy.
I know a guy who's
fostering?
having to work at Black Rifle, who's always looking for help. And yeah. So, but this story, in early July, animal lover Kelly Bliss, I can't say this fucking
name. Kelly, just say her first name.
Began her search to adopt an older dog. She was looking for an older dog.
Like we did. Yeah.
Yeah, we were looking because we had an older dog. Because our oldest Golden had passed.
Right.
And then we were looking to match our other dog up with another one.
Which Ham did not live both of them, but yeah.
That dog and after she adopted Jill, Blassingame shared the Pit Bull's mixed story on social media and became, it became, basically it just went viral, right? And as it should, because this dog lived for 10 years in a
shelter. I'm glad that the shelter was good to him, because I feel like that's why I can't work at a shelter.
Because you want to take them all home.
Especially after they've been there for several years.
I would want to take them
all home.
And
if I ever win the lottery, buying land and building a shelter, and I'm going to take all the old dogs home, and they get to play we get to play outside every day. They probably won't come in the house because there are too many.
No, you better. No.
We get a air conditioner. We get an air conditioner, a barn, and that's my dream.
Dreams can't come true. So you guys,
no, Jessica, it's actually kind of funny because Texas is pit bull friendly. They don't call them pit bull though; they call them American Terriers.
American Terriers, yeah.
Yeah, they call them American Terriers. I think a lot of people are trying to call them American Terriers instead of pit bulls because pit bull has a negative connotation.
It's just
even though they don't deserve it.
It's a bullshit name.
Yep.
That just, they're AKC certified dogs.
Yeah.
It's just people. Oh, they got that locking bite thing, and they can rip your head off. Well, you know what? Fucking
Mick could tear off your calf if he wanted to.
He's like a little bull shark. Little fucker.
So I want to know
what?
What's this postcard? Let's play hide the postcard.
Can somebody give us some information?
Chris said that. I think it's probably sexual.
Is that like hide it in your butt cheeks? My butt cheeks.
You got to make sure you lick that stamp before you put it in the slot. Oh, it's sexual.
God damn it.
Ruben totally made sense.
It's all good.
Yes, Sweet Peppers. She was beautiful. I'm so happy for her.
Yeah, it's just a good story. So that's one of the big reasons we do feel goods, because there's always feel goods all around us.
We need it all the time. We all need feel goods.
We need feel goods. Today in history,
with $5 gas, we all need feel goods.
Here's a feel good, or not.
I
don't think it's feel good. I think this fucked up a whole bunch of shit. July 15th, 2006, the San Francisco-based podcasting company, which I guarantee none of you knew, because I didn't know this until today when I looked it up. The podcasting company Odeo officially releases Twitter, TWTTR. Later changed to Twitter, TWITT.
So here's the thing. I have a question.
It's short messaging, SMS, or groups to the public.
How can Twitter sue Elon Musk because he doesn't want to buy them anymore?
Well,
because they gave misinformation.
Nope. So it's all perspective.
Hearsay.
Right? So he went into that agreement with $1 billion. If he bails, they get $1 billion.
Okay.
And he agreed.
But depending, it was found reason to bail. Like, it didn't matter why he bailed.
So this is where the legalese is going to come into it, right? This is where the lawyers.
I knew you would know the story.
Got more lawyers than anybody. He's got more lawyers than fucking
He needs
Twitter
to get
has.
Amber Heard's better lawyers because she just tried to.
Oh no, he's got more lawyers than anybody, right? I mean, he doesn't give a fuck. He's worth $200 billion.
What's $1 billion to somebody like that?
That company's worth, theoretically, at fucking $54 a share, it's worth $45 billion. But it's not worth $45 billion, or it's not worth that anymore. It's dropped by 20% or 30%.
Everything is dropped,
especially Twitter, because he said he was backing out. He has that
because they're
he could be like, I'm going to buy it. It's going to go up. I'm going to sell it. I'm not going to buy it. It's going to go down.
Well, because
right?
they
so the idea is
they fudged on their.
Well, they haven't. We can't prove anything.
Well, I mean, so it'll obviously come out in court, though, right?
This is why they can try and press him.
Yes.
I saw fucking, what's Pocahontas'
I got to get back to Selena, so.
What's Pocahontas' name? The fucking
Pocahontas' name is Pocahontas.
Elizabeth, whatever. She's like, I don't think that Elon Musk has a way out of his deal. Because he originally is. The fucking senator, Elizabeth.
Oh, yes, the chick that said, the blonde chick who's
the dumbass.
She was Indian.
Yeah.
Native American, I should correct to myself.
Yeah. So nonetheless, she's like, I don't think he has a way out. And no, she doesn't know shit.
No, obviously.
Right? All he has, I mean, he's gonna be, I think he's gonna end up buying it in the end. But Twitter did not meet so DJ said Twitter did not meet the conditions of the contract. So they are pulling every excuse to hit Elon for breach
because
contract.
it was about sharing information. They lied to him.
Let me finish his statement, which will force Twitter to reveal the details through discovery in court. That's exactly it.
But that's not up for me. What is it again? Say it again.
So it'll force Twitter to release details during discovery in court. So it's all play. So it's like the ultimate troll. He's trolling the fucking trolls. He's got that much money. He doesn't give a fuck. $40 billion. He's going to be the first trillionaire in the world.
Is there even such a thing?
No, there's never been. He will be the first trillionaire.
And just because he wouldn't have decided to back out unless he knew he could get out of it.
But even if he had to get out of it for $1 billion, he's like, it's $1 billion risk. $1 billion
but I like
to
what
him.
DJ said. It's like, you've got to now tell on yourself
to get out of it.
About why I'm not buying it and why you still think I should buy it. It didn't come up for me whatsoever. So,
He also said, so Davey, you also made a good point or a good statement. You also, I mean, you guys, I'm glad everybody's paying attention to this because it is important because this is social media at its core, right? This could change, like this Twitter changed the outcomes, regardless if you want to believe it or not, even if they're local or large scale, like voting outcomes.
You said this was always the plan,
right? I think so too.
Like on Elon Musk's side, this is always the plan.
I think he was just like, let's fuck him.
So you have to tell on yourself, and then I can come here and buy it, and then change it.
I'm willing to give you $54 a share, right? Which is now it's at 30, almost half.
Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? $30 a share?
Now it's at $30 a share or whatever it is.
Wow.
He was like, I'll pay you 54 something a share, right? Which is $44 billion. But you have to deliver this to me. And they give him some piece of shit. And then to other conservative media folks.
I love ALW. She's like, P.S. hit the like button, guys.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Go out and hit the ALW. I got to meet this girl in person. I love her.
So, nonetheless,
I love her like I love Jessica.
We got to go outside and drink some more beers with our neighbors. Go hit the like and subscribe button.
And then eventually dinner at some point.
We haven't eaten dinner yet. Yeah, So we love you guys. Thank you so much. Military first responders. Without you guys, we can't do this stuff. To Beth Lamontagne, I'm Greg Lamontagne. The bar is open. We will catch you next week. But watch for a drop on Monday with my buddy, Dr. Elias.
Bye, guys. Love you. Have a great weekend. Be safe.
Yeah.